Welcome to another 24-hour reading vlog, and it is again the Kindle Unlimited 24-hour readathon, which is hosted by Manda from Outlander Read and Sarah from Sarah's Shelves. They did this last month. I did vlog it. I'll put it up in the cards above, whatever way it goes. So I am super excited because I love some good KU, and I do have some fun plans for books I want to read over the next 24 hours. They've started a little bit earlier. I'm just speeding now. It's like 2. I started probably at like 2, because I had to finish a book that I was reading for Polarthon, which was definitely not a KU book. But so I wanted to finish that first. I was almost done with it. So I finished it this morning, and my plans are to read. I probably will just have this go to honestly till Sunday night. So I'll be a little bit over 24 hours, but you get the general gist of what I'm doing. I just got showered. I did my makeup because I do have sprints tonight on my channel. I've been doing them every Saturday, and I'm super close to being monetized, so I'm super excited. I obviously have not done anything with my hair yet. It's still wet, but I'm just gonna let it air dry today, and I do have to film. I think when I film a book haul, so while I have makeup on, I need to, figure I might as well do something with it. But yeah, so those are kind of plans. I'm rambling, but I have started reading one book while I have been doing my makeup. And so I have started to read Dipped in Holly. I'm over here to put a picture here. I can't think of the author's name, but this is a smutty Christmas novella. And you're probably wondering why I'm reading a Christmas novella, but because this author has a new one, and it's a Valentine's Day smutty novella, and I know that I don't have to read them in order, but I just like to. So we're gonna read the Christmas smutty one, and then we'll read the Valentine's Day one. The Christmas one, I've heard it's pretty much, there's no plot line to it. It's just smut. You never know what you're gonna hear in these videos. It's just pretty much smut, and there's really no plot line. So I am interested to see, because usually I like my books to have a little bit of a plot and then the smut, but this is, I think, would be solely a smut book. Pretty much, it's an age-gapped relationship, so that's gonna be interesting. We have our main character. She's at a bar, and she's like publicly embarrassed and broken up with her ex-boyfriend, and the bar owner kind of takes her in. He is 50, and I don't remember how old she is, but I'm only like 12% in, and it's already smutty, so I mean, it's delivering for what I wanted it to do. So I'm going to be reading that. It's not long, like I said, it's a novella. Then I'll move on to the Valentine's novella. After that, I do need to read Savage. Is it Savage Love or something like that? That's the song. Is that the book title too? I don't know. But it's by Sophie Lark. It's in the Brutal Birthright series. It's the 3rd one. So that's on my TBR Jenga, and I've been kind of saving it to read it this weekend. So that's a possibility. Or, I might just scroll through and just pick a random book, because that's the fun with KU. So that's my plans. I won't check in again probably until I finish this, because it only tells me it's gonna take me less than an hour to read. So I mean, that's not too bad. And yeah, so I will check in once I have read some more of this, and we will do again a rating of how much I liked the book, and I'll also be rating the smut level and how spicy it is. Smutty, all right, I don't know why I'm talking with my hands. I'm gonna go, and yeah, I did get my nails done again, different shades of purple. How cute. Okay, I'll check it later. Hello, I am clearly in the car, so I apologize for lighting, but I had a sec to check in because I did finish Dipped in Holly, and this book was a ride. Literally it was just literally like a novella written of all smut. Like, that's what it is. It's a smutty book, which I knew ahead of time, but it literally is just pure smut. So I find it really hard to run it through Cawpile. If you're not familiar, I use Cawpile. It's from G from Book Gross, how she rates books. It kind of breaks it down, and I don't feel like I can really use that, because like that has you like evaluating like characters and plot, and there really is none. And so I feel like I feel like I can't run it through there, because this book isn't made to have characters well developed, not really meant to have a plot. It's literally just meant to be smutty. So for me to run it through there and like have it the same equivalence as like a fantasy book, I feel like, which is made to have characters that are developed and plot developed, I feel like I can't run it through Compile. If you read smutty books, I mean, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I think I'm not going to rate it through Compile. I'm going to put it in my spreadsheet, but just keep it as is. So I'm going to give it, I think, 3 stars. I mean, the smut was on point. So on the level of smut, we're going to give it 5. Smutty, I don't know what I'm going to use. I'll pop it right here once I decide editing right. I'll leave that for her. But it's 5 out of 5 for the smut level. That was on top. Some things though were kind of strange. So like, this is the first book where like I've heard like where the male character wants to be called daddy during the sexual activities, and for me that was just kind of weird. Like, I don't know how I felt about that. Like, I don't know, that just I don't know how I liked about that. But I mean, the smut was good. The smut was, it was good. I mean, it just happened so fast, like 12% in, and already we're talking about some sexual stuff. So that was that. 3 stars, smut level 5. It was good. So the next one I'm going to read is Claimed by Cupid. It's by the same author. I believe this follows the same characters. So I'm excited to see what's in store for Nick and Holly. It's only 63 pages. Like I said, these are just short little novellas. And then after that, I don't know what I'm going to read. I'm running to eat Dunkin' Donuts right now. I need some caffeine for sprints tonight. And then I have to film. And I'm going to read and do sprints on my channel. So I will check in once I've actually started, and probably at the beginning of my sprints. I'll see you then.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays.
Hello. So I finished my next book, and this book again was following the same 2 characters from Dip and Holly, Nick and Holly, and this one was called Claimed by Cupid. I gave this one again 3 stars. So this one is smutty. The smut is on point. I will give it that 100%. I still struggled with the whole calling him daddy. Like, that just throws me off a little bit. It did try to go into a little bit more of a subplot. He is, again, he's 50, she's 25, and so she starts questioning, like, how are your children going to, like, feel about you dating someone that is, like, close to their age? So I thought that was interesting. I just not a novella person. Like, it's only 63 pages. Like, I wish it was even just 100 pages. I feel like we could have gotten a little bit more, because I feel like we start to see, like, things move, like, escalate in the relationship, but, like, we don't see any of the, like, emotional connection between the 2 of them. So it's, like, hard to, like, really, like, believe that this is, like, a fast, I don't know, relationship. I don't know. I mean, if you're looking for a smutty good time, quick read, I'd recommend it. It's fun, little Valentine's Day read. So yeah, so 2 3 stars so far. So I just, like, was updating my bullet journal as I'm doing sprints. I think I am going to move on to Sophie Lark next, Savage Lover. I'm really excited. I think this one should be really, really well done, and I just love Sophie Lark. And I need a little bit more of a story that has smut, but also has, like, a plot line as well. So that's that. We are sprinting. I have uploaded my video too. I just got to do, like, all the information on it, which is a pain in my butt, but you know. All right, I'm gonna go read, and I'll check in later. Okay, weird angle, but I'm too lazy to put you on a tripod because it's over my computer, so I'd have to get up. So you're on my bookshelf, which is why this weird angle is. But I want to check in because I've started Savage Love by Sophie Lark, and this is so good so far. And I'm only into 3 chapters. So this is following Nero, I don't know how to say his name, who, again, we know him from the first 2 books. He played more of a role in the first book, but he is in the second book as well. So good already. We already have some smut right off the bat. Leave it to Sophie Lark. I do think it's safe to say that I do, in my smutty books, like to have some sort of plot, which I think is what was missing for me from the 2 first books that I read, because they were so short. It literally was just reading about sex, basically. And I felt like in the Cupid one, it tried to get more into a little bit of a plot story. But I mean, you literally can only get so much in 62 pages or 63 pages and it be that. You know what I mean? And so Sophie Lark, I think, does a really good job of balancing the smuttiness with a plot line as well. So I really like that. So he is our male character, and then we have Camilla, who lives with her father and her brother, and they are on the poor end, and she's been ridiculed at for her entire life because she has come from a poor family. She is now working as a mechanic in her father's shop, and she has a younger brother who's 17 who she like pretty much tries to take care of. So that's kind of what we've gotten to so far. There is something that like happens right off the bat and you're like, you know, this is gonna be good. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to spoil it for you, but my queen Sophie Lark brings it every flippin' time. So I'm gonna go back to my sprints because I want to turn my camera back on. It is almost midnight, and I'm really like doing sprints. I know that it's gonna vary how many people I have on every week, but I am having a lot of fun, and I'm chatting with everybody, and yeah, so I've been doing them now for almost a month, I think, which is like mind-boggling that this has already been a month of doing sprints on my channel. And yeah, but I want to check back in. I want to read, and I'll see you later. Hello. It is Sunday morning, which is why I'm looking a little rough, but you know, we're gonna go with it. But I did want to check in because I did read more last night, and I have read a little bit this morning of Savage Lover. So I don't really know like how many. I don't know what it is. Savage Lover. I don't know, but whatever. You know what book I'm talking about. I am enjoying it. It's just so fast paced. It definitely is a little bit different than the other ones. Narrow is definitely more of. Okay, this is gonna sound weird because they're all criminals. Like, do not get me wrong. They're all criminals. They're part of the mafia. But he has that criminal, like, persona more than I think we've seen in the other two books so far. So he is, like, definitely more of, like, when you think of mafia, like, what you think of. I don't know. That could just be me, but I'm definitely feeling that for sure. And it's definitely reads a little bit different. Like, I think this is gonna be way more like action packed and intense versus like the romance. I mean, I think the romance is obviously gonna be there because it's like Sophie Lark, but I feel like it's not as like in the forefront as of right now than some of the other books that she has read. So yeah, but it is good so far. Like, I think shit's gonna go down and I'm ready for it. It gives me very like, and even though I've never seen this movie, but I mean, obviously you know about it, like the Fast and the Furious vibes. So I'm not a car person at all, which is why I've not watched Fast and Furious. So some of the car stuff, I'm like, I just kind of like skim over when they're talking about like the different types of fast car. I don't know anything about it. But it definitely does give Fast and Furious vibes. So if you like Fast and Furious, I would say that this book so far would be for you. But yeah, I mean, it's good. I think it's going to be very action-packed and quick-paced, a lot more than her other book. So I'm going to continue reading. I'll probably somewhat get ready for the day, and that's about it. So okay. I said I would look more presentable the next time I check in, and that has not happened. But if you're not new around here, you know that is not a big surprise. But I have read more, so I figured I would do a little check-in. I am liking Narrow. I like that he does have a softer side to him. We see him caring for Camilla, and when he can tell that something is wrong with her, he does like ask her and wants to care, even though he really doesn't have any type of relationship with her. So I do appreciate that. But he is a hard-ass criminal. I mean, point blank. But there seems to be this little bit of a softer side to him. I really do appreciate that we do again see the other characters from the two other first books. Not as much as the main couple from the second book, which I won't say, because in case you ever not read it. But we do see the main couple from the first book, which isn't surprising because Ada is his younger sister, so that like makes sense that she would play a role in this one. So yeah, I am appreciating that. The one thing I don't care for is like, so it is dual perspective, which I like, but like each section kind of like repeats itself in some ways. So like an event happened in, let's say, Nero's chapter, and then it picks up like halfway through that event from her perspective, and so like we get the events again, but like from her perspective. But it is feeling a tad repetitive in that nature. I get that we're seeing it through her eyes, but it just makes it a little slower at times. Because I'm like, all right, well, I already know what happens. Yes, I'm seeing it from her point of view, but we know that so-and-so has got beaten up, or so-and-so is in a fight. Like, we're just looking at it now from the outside perspective. So I don't know if I love that. Like, I like that it's still a point, but I wish that we were getting, like, more of the, like, different events in the plot than just, like, recapping part of the chapter from the chapter before. If that makes sense. If you've read this book, you know what I'm talking about. So that's the only thing I think that I am not loving in the book, but it is what it is. It still reads fast, even though that those parts do slow a little bit in the beginning of each chapter, a little bit slower than the end. But yeah, I mean, I'm liking it. It is a fast read. I have about 2.5 hours, I think, left of it, 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I should get that done fairly soon. And yeah, so we're just hanging out in the bedroom, which is why I'm sitting against a blank wall. And yeah, so I will check in later, maybe look a little more presentable, but realistically, probably not. Hello, happy Valentine's Day. I did not check in when I finished Savage Lover last night, which I did. I finished it last night. But I was so tired. Like, you can I look exhausted today. But I finished it right when like the Super Bowl game was going on, and right when it finished, probably actually. And I did like all my call pile stuff, and then it was like 10:30 and I was just exhausted. So but I did finish it. So I finished a total of 3 books within a 24-hour span, which is pretty amazing because Savage Lover was a longer book. So okay, but let's go over my feelings for that book. So overall, I read through call pile and it came out as a 4.5 star book. I really did enjoy it, but it was very different for me than some of the other books, where I think every other book I've read by her so far has been a 5-star read for me. But I just didn't feel as connected to Camille and Nero as much as the other characters. I don't know if something has to do with like the car stuff. Like, I'm not a car person, so that could have been a part of it as well. But I also think with it being such a long like series, like a 6-book series, I think, and each character story being so different, there's gonna be stories that you don't connect with as much as other ones. Like, I feel like that's just part of like romance series when they follow different characters each time. I did like the intensity, like the action-packed plot line, which was a little bit different than some of the other books, so I really appreciated that. What else did I like about it? I liked Camille. I liked how she just was like very blunt, and she was like different, I feel like, than a lot of other female protagonist characters you read about, and I really appreciated that. Nero is, like I said, like before, I liked that he had this soft side to him when it came to Camille. And I was like a bad guy, but has like a soft spot for certain people or in his life, and definitely has a soft spot for his family and for his what's the word I'm looking for Camille. So I appreciated that as well. Some of the things I didn't care for as much, like I said before, some of the plot line with like the chapters like recounting the same event that I just read in the other chapter, but from the other person's perspective, like that was fine, but just wasn't my favorite choice of writing. Also, I felt like Nero and Camille's relationship happened really fast. Like, I was reading it and then all of a sudden like they're talking about how much they like each other, and I was like questioning if I had missed something in the book. I felt like it just happened really fast without much build up to it. So that was a little instant like love in a way for me. So yeah, but other than that, I mean, I really did enjoy it. I read it, in super fast, and I just love Sophie Lark's stories, so they're so captivating. But yeah, I will be obviously continuing with the series. The next one follows Nero's he says older brother. He was in the army. I believe he was in the army. But I cannot wait for Sebastian's story. He is the youngest brother who was supposed to be a basketball star. Like, he did not want to be part of the mafia life. He wanted like a normal job, and then something happens in the first book that like changes that. And like in this book, he's starting to infiltrate more into playing a role in the mafia business. So I cannot wait for history, but I don't think it's like till the end, which really stinks. But yeah. So I read 3 books. The spiciness level on this one, I would say like a 4 out of 5. Like, it was spicy. So yeah, it was good. Yeah, I really liked it. This will definitely be my favorite book I read out of this one. Then my second, I think, would be the Cupid's whatever, I can't think of the title of the name. I'll put a picture here and then or there because there's more room over there. And then my third, like my least favorite, but I still did enjoy, would be Dipped in Holly, which was a 3-star read. So yeah, this was a successful 24-hour reading vlog, even though I'm wrapping up on Monday at work. So yeah, but if you want to take this crazy journey with me, please make sure you press the subscribe button. If you're my friend on any of my other social media platforms, I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. All the information linked down below. So stay kind, loves. We'll see you next time. Bye.